Walking through a forest, canopy of trees, on the hiking trail. Something interesting is about to come up. And here it is. Out of the forest, this clearing. Looks like a clearing in the middle of the forest. This is indeed a clearing of sorts. This clearing was not made by human beings, although this trail was made by human beings. This is a natural clearing, and there is a name for this feature. It's called a glade. A glade, in geographic terms, can be described as an open area within a forest. You can see the forest nearby. Glades, such as this one, are often characterized by meadows, grassy areas, and scrubby areas. Glades exist within the canopies of forests, especially forests consisting of deciduous trees. Here are some deciduous trees mixed in with cedars. Glades are unique places. They're like islands of grass surrounded by a sea of forest. Within the forests, one can find herbaceous plants growing here. There are even some wildflowers here in this forest. However, glades are dominated by grasses, wildflowers, and other herbaceous plants. It is basically like having scrubland and grassland in the middle of a forest. The soil is a big reason why glades exist where they do. This particular glade is a limestone glade. It is a cedar glade. There is a cedar tree. Here is another cedar tree. The soil in this area is very thin, it's very rocky. It would be very difficult for a forest to thrive in this area. There is also limestone bedrock sticking out. This shows that this is a limestone glade. During the winter when it's cooler, it can rain and the moisture gets in the soil, it can get saturated. However, during warmer parts of the year, such as later spring and summer, that's not as easy. Right now it's summer, it's very hot. There can be a lot of rain from a torrential thunderstorm. However, when the sun's out, because the soil is quite thin and stony, what happens is that the soil dries out really, really fast. The soil evaporates quicker. And because of the relatively rapid evaporation and the soil drying out faster, it is very difficult for trees to grow. You look at the few trees that are within this glade. You look at trees like this cedar. They're not especially tall. Not in comparison to the trees further out, where the soil is thicker and it's easier for that soil to retain moisture. While there's certainly a lot of bedrock in this area, the soil is relatively thicker There are more trees in this area. You look at the soil. Certainly a big difference between this soil and the soil that was out in the glade. The soil here is more shallow, a lot more gravelly, a lot more stony. And here is the glade. The Limestone Glade. Because of the soil conditions and its inability to retain moisture, it creates an environment that's very reminiscent of drier areas, areas that are semi-arid, areas that are arid. For that very reason, this glade is dominated by wildflowers, grasses, cedar trees. This place looks like it could be somewhere in the Great Plains or somewhere out west. And yet, this is in the southeastern United States of America. This is actually around the city of Huntsville, Alabama. One of the rainiest places in the United States of America. The southeastern United States of America is a very rainy region, and yet, looking at this glade, it would be hard to tell. If you like this video, please check out other videos on this channel. Hit the bell next to subscribe so you can get notifications when another video gets uploaded. And as always, be sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe.